they playing with y'all, man. Don't fall for this old foolishness. And you get what I'm saying? Because this is money going on right here. Netflix know what they doing. Kevin Hart know what they doing. The Breakfast Club know what they doing. You did? This is money going on right here, man. And as y'all see, as y'all know, a lot of shit been going down with this whole Kevin Hart roast. You did, since it happened on Netflix, on Netflix. And apparently, Kevin went, it was, people's having issues with what went down. They said screaming racism this, racism that. He should have felt like he should have stepped up. He should have said something, and that ain't happened. Kevin Hart went to the Breakfast Club and stood on goddamn business. You feel what I'm saying? Basically, that he went, he damn sure. From what I saw, I know it's a full interview. We just got clips on YouTube, from the interview. You feel me? Because Netflix actually has a deal with the Breakfast Club to where they want you to stream, they want you to check out the interview on Netflix to promote their, bring the traction back to their account and all that. So anywho, he stood on
marketing.
Business. Yeah, marketing, smart. You feel me? Or at least that's my theory. I have a theory on why this went down. This whole damn sure wasn't an apology. This whole, what would you call it? This whole trying to clear the air. What would you call it, bro?
Honestly, I wouldn't even say trying to clear the air. I would just call it basically him trying to get people to understand, look, I'm not co-signing it, but at the same time, it's a joke. Stop taking it so personal, move on. And, if you're mad about it, why are you mad at me?
Yeah.
So basically, I feel like it was, his way of saying, like, look, y'all, I may not agree with it, but at the same time, I gotta let comedy be comedy.
Yeah.
Because comedy is comedy, you're not gonna find everything funny.
Yeah.
You never watched anybody stand up or anybody set and laughed at every single joke.
Correct. I think, do you think that's the main issue here, or is it that it was like say it wasn't funny, but it's okay. You have your jokes that's not funny, and then you also have your jokes. I don't think that's the complaint. Not the only complaint. Like, oh, that shit ain't funny. You feel what I'm saying? I think it's more so that ain't for niggas. It's racist.
It's only not funny if you think comedy should have restraints. Oh, that you can't talk about this or that. It's funny if you just put yourself in a mindset. If you take your feelings out of comedy. Once you put feelings in comedy, I think you already fucked up. Because comedy don't got feelings.
Yeah.
Comedy is just about pushing the boundaries and freedom of speech.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Nah, I get
personal opinion.
I get where you're coming from. I definitely get where you're coming from.
Some people may disagree with that, and that's fine. I'm not telling you what. I'm not telling them.
It ain't no maybe disagree. They definitely motherfuckers at this age strongly disagree with that. That's why we here. You know what I mean? Apparently, that's why. Go ahead.
And I guarantee you, they were the ones when their friends started joning. They were the ones who eventually tried to fight or went home mad at their homeboy because they said something too far. Yep. They were the crybaby of the group. I guarantee you. Yep. They were the one after they walked away mad. Guess what? We clowning you for being mad after you leave. We still talking shit about you because you being a little punk.
Yep.
Because you don't know how to take a joke.
That's real.
Because you took it personal thinking we were serious about what we were saying. Like we meant that shit with all our heart.
Yeah. Correct.
And I know I've been on both sides of it. You feel me?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. Definitely.
I've been the one when I was a little more sensitive, I guess you could say. I've been the one walking away mad and I know they still laughing at me as I walk away because they like, oh, this nigga, oh, he bad, he in his feelings now. Oh, like, and I've been the one laughing at the person walking away upset when it's like, dude, it's not that serious.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, do you think his mission was accomplished by going to this whole Breakfast Club thing?
Depends on what his mission was.
Okay, so I know we talked a little bit earlier about this. So what do you think his his overall goal was basically?
Well, well, you mean just my personal opinion, not
yeah,
like
your personal opinion.
I can't. Yeah, because I can't speak to what I don't know what his true mission was. I'll be lying if I said that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I'm gonna treat it as if it was me, because I know when people ask me something, if I tell you like, look, take what I say, not what you want it to be or what you think, trying to decipher out of what I say, take what I say.
Yeah.
I feel like he said it if we're gonna go off of what he said in the interview. And what I heard the brother say was, would I have said it? No. I'm sure some people thought it was funny. Because that's comedy for you. Like, you're gonna say jokes. Some people are gonna like it. Some people are gonna hate it. Some people gonna think it's corny. Some people are gonna think it's too far. Some people gonna think, he ain't edgy enough. Yeah. It really just depends on, the style of comedy you like. Some people like raunchy comedy. Some people like soft comedy. And I feel like his point was, look, at the end of the day, none of this was personal. It was comedians being comedians. And if you are mad about it, at least because he's getting all the heat for it, from what I see.
Which I do believe that's not fair. I feel like shit. I personally believe that a lot of the comedians that was there knew what the fuck was going on. You feel me? Like, it wasn't no surprise to nobody. You know what I mean? Like, maybe the only person, maybe Regina Hall. That's it. And because they said she was late to the last to be added. But I personally believe that they all knew, because they come from what they were saying in the at the roast, in real time. They was like, yeah, I didn't, we didn't write this. You feel me? We didn't write this. So, and some of them was called, like Cheryl Underwood say, someone reached out to her. You feel me? And then also Kevin, we see that Kevin is, from what he's saying, I got a clip of him saying that he picked Tony. You feel what I'm saying? He picked the dude, the one who's supposedly the one who made the racist jokes and all that. He picked them specifically because
one of the people who made racist jokes.
Yeah, one of the people. Yeah, he picked. One of the people.
He wasn't the only one.
He wasn't the only one. You feel me? He picked one of the people. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, he picked a couple of. I can't remember. You know what I mean? Who the other one was? I'm personally not familiar with the Tony dude before this. To be honest with you. So yeah, but I personally believe that they all knew what they was doing, what was coming. You feel me? Like, because it's like I said, it's a production for me. Like Kevin said, it's a production, and with that they is trying to pull out millions, that they trying to expect to get capitalize on much as possible from this production. You just kind of don't. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna let y'all fucking wing it on my account. You know what I mean? Like that. And which is why they had. I feel like which is why they had writers. And so goes back to what I was saying. Why in real time they was like, when they came along to the edgy stuff that needed to be said, they was kind of like, I didn't write this, all that type of shit, and giving heads up on phone calls and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure that
Now, how much did they know? You feel me? I don't know. And even going to the Cat Williams thing, I got a clip of that. You know what I mean? How everybody still, I see a lot of comments, people in the comment section saying, yeah, man, Cat was right. They treating Cat like he a fucking hero.
Really?
Bruh. A lot of just by all the comment sections I go to, it's at least then 1,000 people on saying either liking or you feel me, liking one comment or several comments saying Cat tried to warn us. It's something, I promise you.
Cat tried to warn us, yet he participated.
Yet he participated
in the racial onslaught that was coming.
Yeah, the same cat that complained about Flavor Flav roast.
And I definitely remember that. Mm-hmm. He talked about that in his own stand-up set.
Yes.
Special.
Yes.
He talked about how pissed off he was about that, but yet he still did that one too.
So my theory is to this whole thing is that why he went on this Breakfast Club, whatever that was, why he went to the radio station. It wasn't no coincidence. I don't know if he went to any other radio station. I don't see any clips of him, you know what I'm saying, going to any other major. It is some other radio stations out there that's doing pretty well. You feel what I'm saying? There's a lot of podcasts out there that is doing, standalone podcast people that's out there that's doing pretty well. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But why was the Breakfast Club so relevant to me? Why did you get what I'm saying? Because if we don't know, okay, the starters, Kevin Hart on Heartbeat Productions is in contract with Netflix. I think it's like, let me see. So I think he got like I can't remember the price, but it's like $100 million contract, I believe, with Netflix.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So he has a $100 million contract. I believe it's $100 million contract with Netflix.
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he produced this whole roast. This is his production. He's taking claim for it. So this is kind of why a lot of the people is kind of pointing the finger at him. You get what I'm saying? Like, and all this and that. You know what they're saying. You read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right.
But to get back to my theory, why did he go to the Breakfast Club? Why didn't he go to any other radio stations or podcasts that's pulling in numbers? You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Coincidentally, you went to the one that Netflix also
has a contract with Charlamange, DJ Envy. They have a contract, which is why if y'all are only watching certain clips that people screen recorded or screenshotted, you feel me, on the internet, you're not gonna notice this. But if you go to the Breakfast Club actual YouTube channel and watch the clips, look you're gonna see this. You're gonna see that sign, that Netflix, that N. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna see that N at the end of their video, and it's gonna tell you to go to Netflix and watch the whole interview that Kevin Hart did with the Breakfast Club. So these are two partners of Netflix right here. The Power 106, what they call the Breakfast Club 106, whatever that shit is, and Kevin Hart's brand. These are two partners. So this is the trifecta going on right here. You feel what I'm saying? Netflix, right. iHeartRadio, which is Breakfast Club, and Heartbeat Productions, which is Kevin Hart. So that's my theory. This is just my theory. You feel me? On what's going on. This is why he went there, and I don't know because it wasn't an apology. The damn show didn't apologize. That
wasn't no apology. That's for damn sure.
Nah, that was the business. That was like the girl said. You stand like he's standing on business. You feel what I'm saying? So, I think, and like we was talking earlier, bro. What shit moves fast. You feel me? Before you know it, what's trending, like it'll die real fast. You feel what I'm saying? They caught this this is perfect timing. Either coincidence, perfect timing, or however you want to look at it. But either way, Netflix, Kevin Hart, Breakfast Club, this is a win for them. No matter how you cut it, no matter what y'all say, all this and that, yeah. This is a win for them.
Yep. Period.
Yep.
Player point blank.
It's a win. They didn't let it die. Hey, no, they pitched, get his ass out there. Now, did Kevin want to do it? That's a whole other topic. But I mean, I don't know. But I can see this is why it ended up on that interview ended up on the Breakfast Club, because this is partnerships going on.
Oh, absolutely. You'd be crazy to think that that's a coincidence.
Yeah. Yep.
Like out of all of the, like you said, out of all of the places they could have had that interview, all the stations, all the radio waves, all the podcasts, which pretty much are the same thing at this point.
Yeah.
They chose. He chose to go. He chose to go in there.
Yeah.
Or did they tell him, hey, if you're gonna talk about it, we want you to go on here?
Cause let's be real, we don't know what type of deal they worked out. You feel me? What type of deal they actually got going on? You know,
Nope.
like we don't. But the fact that this wasn't no fucking coincidence. You feel me? Like Netflix. It's all, come on now.
Right. It's all Netflix related to all of this shit.
Yep. So that being said, y'all might as well, and they other words, in a nutshell, they fucking with y'all. All right, they fucking with y'all, man. They getting y'all up in arms and tied, you know, all this and that. They fucking with y'all just to make money, and a lot of y'all falling victim, all screaming racist. Like, look, this is about the dollar. They don't give a fuck. Long controversy, sales. They fucking with y'all, man. Don't get caught up in this shit. Black folk too sensitive, man. They can't. They allow y'all emotions. They hide it. Look, they hide in the hustle behind y'all emotions, man.
Well, you know, that's a fact, because if you notice,